Bishop g7, bishop h6. White can probably sack the queen with takes, and I just got sauced on the h file. So by the process of elimination, I guess I can go here and take. I'm gonna do it. Let's go here. So I mean, this is probably bad, but we'll see. This is my legendary game from the US Championship against Ray Robson out of the Sicilian Dragon when I played g4 on move 9. And by the way, this position is still okay for black, I think, or it was like a move or two ago. But it's very hard to play. So I'll talk to you after.
Okay.
All right. I can play g5, which is bad. I know this is supposed to be okay for black, or it was a move ago, but you have to remember, I don't remember the theory exactly. I think it's rook d8 though. Oh, it's 2012. Okay, so it's a wrong year, but it was a year that I won. Okay, that's good. Yeah. MTS Shadows for the 5 gifteds. It was a year I won though, which is important.
Shadows
yeah.
has gifted 5 subs to viewers.
Yeah. I knew it was a game for the US Championship. I knew it was the year that I won. The years that I won the US Championship were 2005. Of course, it was not 2005. There's 2009, 12, 15, and then 19. I knew it wasn't 19, so or 9. So it was 12 or 15. So that's why I guessed 15. But it was 12. Wow, that's crazy. This game was 9 years ago. It feels like just yesterday.
Bruno_chess 2004 just resubbed.
Although no, actually by process of elimination, you guys, I should remember it's 2012 because I did a lecture on this game before the Zurich Chess Challenge when I was in Switzerland in the great city of Zurich, and I played that tournament in 2014. So actually, I should have remembered that it couldn't have been 2015. That's my mistake. I should have remembered that. But still, it's pretty insane to think this game was that long ago. I think I go king f7 here and rook h8. I might lose this game. This one, there's a legit chance I will lose. A very legit chance. When will I live stream from Santa Monica with coffee chess? I don't know. I mean, I have to go to the desert later tonight. So after my stream, I'll probably be back to the desert. I'll take tomorrow off and come back fresh on Monday. But it's a pretty bad time right now. So there's a lot of stuff going on. I can take with the bishop, go king e8 maybe. I can also take. I'm just gonna take and go king e8, king d7 here. Pretty insane to think the devs created chess 20 plus years ago and it's still popular. Chess was created 1500 years ago, you guys. It still remains the one of the oldest games, probably the only game amongst the really old games that's still thriving. All the other old games like checkers is fun to play, Go is fun to play. Go maybe is still thriving actually. I maybe just made a huge blunder, not quite. But yeah, like if I think about it, there's Go is still doing well, but yeah, StarCraft, yeah, Go's still doing well, but I wasn't sure how Go is doing in the post Alpha Zero or Alpha Go world. I wasn't really sure how things were going.
DJ Figs1 just resubbed for 3 months. You're out here remembering your games from years ago, and I can barely remember what I ate yesterday. Keep it up.
Yeah, you just gotta make sure to live life, man.
Just subscribed.
Okay, I can obviously take. Check here, takes, check, takes. It's probably playable. It's not right. I can't move my king to d7 here because then he plays queen e5 and I can't recapture because of the pin. So what are the moves? I have bishop g7 or bishop c3. I mean, I have a great wooden shield. I don't want to get rid of it. I also have rook g8 loses, so it's basically 1 or 2. That's all I have to decide. Now if I go g7, bishop h6, rook h8, g5, king d7, I'm fine. Bishop g7, bishop h6. White can probably sack the queen with takes, and I just got sauced on the h file. So by the process of elimination, I guess I can go here and take. I'm gonna do it. Let's go here. So I mean, this is probably bad, but we'll see. I'm trying to survive because this is a very bad position. So yeah, I have a friend like Hikaru. He doesn't play chess, so I'll get something wrong and he'll look confused and say, don't you remember page 33 subnote 9? I'm like, no, and you shouldn't either. WTF. Yeah, exactly. That's a good comparison. Totally, that's a great comparison. Yeah, page 33 subnote 9. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, queen h7, I think I just take, though. That's the whole point in queen c3, and it's a very complicated position. Why do I think viewership is down? Well, there are a few reasons. First of all, it's Easter weekend, so everybody is very busy doing things. I mean, if you think about today versus 1 year ago, I think this is probably the first real opportunity that people have to sort of be around their families, and like I would say, like, have get-togethers on any kind of level that's more than like 1 or 2 people. So I think for sure there are a lot of people who are doing things, which is really important in terms of Easter. Secondly, as I said earlier, I think chess is I mean, right now it's a little bit of a down period. I have noticed that the viewership is down across the board. So it's just one of those things where it's like things are down. But I will say, once again, you have to put things in perspective. And, you know, even with 8,000 viewers today, for example, you know, I never could have imagined chess would be in this situation. I think when I've said it before, and I can say it again, like when I go back to a little over a year ago, I thought, you know, if things were amazing, we could have maybe 5,000-6,000 viewers watching. That was really the hope. And so to be in the situation we're in, you have to put it all in perspective. Oh, I don't think people are done with chess, not at all. But it's just one of those periods in time. Now I have knight d5 here, next move to hit the knight on c3, and it's very complicated. After the collab, yeah. Okay, I can play knight d5. That's actually a mistake by Levy, because now I go rook g. I think I have rook g2. This looks a little bit dubious here. I can play queen g5. I can play rook g5. Queen h7 is actually a great move by Levy. For some reason I missed it. Oh, I really bungled this, because now I can't go knight d5 because it takes. Oh, I really messed this up. Oi, oi, oi.
He's taking a point.
John
guess I go here.
Subscribed.
This looks pretty disturbing. Yeah, I mean the viewership is, yeah, everyone's not. I mean, it's just across the board. Maybe I have queen f5 here, hit the pawn on c2. But yeah. Also, yeah, this is higher end. This is definitely much more complicated stuff that we're doing right now. And I will say, in terms of doing this stuff, I do want to do stuff with Levy, for sure. Like, you know, I do want him to do well in his comeback tournament in Las Vegas as well. That's coming up. So that matters. I have rook g1 here and queen d4, then rook d1, then queen b6. Very tricky. I have queen b4 maybe. b3, knight a3, king here. Takes. Knight e4, knight d5, and then rook d8. Whew. Oof. Wow, this is difficult. Let's think. I have knight a3, which is no good. I have rook g5, which is no good. Or no, rook g5, knight e4, queen d4. Okay, so I take. No knight e4, because I can just take the rook. He does have queen e4, then knight a5. Very tricky. Queen e4, I go knight a5, and it's a pretty good position. Play d5 here. Some knight a5, also b5. I've said it before too, for people who keep talking about Ludwig for whatever reason, like I said it before, like when you start trying to act like one game, or, you know, one thing is more important than other things, like that's just a bad attitude to have. Just a bad attitude to have, plain and simple. So yeah. I can play e5 or d5 here, and we just keep going. can also take the pawn here. Wait, there's a, what does Levy do? Oh, he wants knight e4, I guess. So let's go here, hit the rook. I have queen d4 next move. Levy has Levy does not have any grandmaster norms at the moment, but he's playing in Las Vegas. I don't think he can make any grandmaster norms in that event, but I think it's just the start of getting back into it. Why not b4? Because I have queen c3. Okay, but now, I mean, now I'm just up material. Yeah, now I'm just up a bunch of pawns. No, Ludwig didn't say anything, actually. It's just everybody keeps talking about, like, this is the second day in a row that I'm hearing people be like, oh, well, like, Ludwig has 50,000 people sleeping, blah, blah, blah. Look, I mean, everyone's into the subathon. Like, there's nothing wrong with that. People will, it's a free country. People can watch what they want to watch. Like, if you're going to get annoyed over stuff like that, like, you'll never have success on Twitch, honestly. Because, like, literally, like, I mean, I could, you know, if you try to think you're superior in any way, like, it's just like, you're not going to have success on Twitch. You just have to be thankful for everything that you do have. It's also funny because, like, I mean, in some cases, like XQC, I kind of understand sometimes when there are comparisons, because XQC himself has sometimes, you know, said like, oh, you're a 10k Andy or things like that, but like, I mean, I literally don't compare to anybody.
All right, where was my win? Was I winning, or were you holding after rook g5?
I feel like bishop h6 somehow was wrong. I don't know why I feel like that was wrong, but
well, for starters, I forgot it was check when you took back.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So like, I'm still doing okay, but I just forgot it. I was just gonna go g7, and then I was like, it's check.
Well, let me think about it. So, okay, so I played rook d8 on move 1, which is an improvement, because I think in the game Ray played g5 or something. He did something that was very, he went g5 or he took on e5. I don't remember which one, but he definitely did something that was wrong. I thought queen h2 was right. f5, I wonder if f5 is wrong, because I feel like that opens up the diagonal. Like, not that there's anything wrong with it necessarily, but it really opens up the diagonal so that the bishop gets active. So I do wonder if that wasn't right. Like, maybe, I don't know, but anyway, you did it. Let's keep going. Queen h5. I assume you saw that it's very unfortunate that that queen e5 doesn't work.
In which position?
After king e8 on move 6.
Oh, yeah.
It's very unfortunate that after rook h8 I just have queen g4. I mean, really unfortunate. Although, you know what I wonder, Levy, in that position after queen g4, let's say I forget that I can take with the rook and I take with the queen. What exactly is the evaluation of this position where I'm up 2 pawns, but all my pawns are doubled?
Yeah.
it's probably winning, but it's very weird. It's very, very weird to see. That's like one of the weirdest things I've ever seen.
Yeah, I just put it on the board. There was this variation with this, by the way, the same sacrifice against Ruslan.
Right,
Queen
exactly.
E5.
Yeah.
And then yeah, I saw g7, rook e8, rook h8. I was very sad.
Yeah.
You also have rook f1 probably. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe. Okay, so
no, but this like optically it looks terrible for black. I don't know, this whole attack just looks awful for black, but I guess it's not. Like, yeah, I don't know.
h5 rook a8 is right. So okay, so takes, you play queen h2, king f7. This all looks pretty normal, right?
Yeah, f5 looks like the best move. Like
takes, king e8, queen h5, bishop g7.
Oh, computer. Yeah, so I saw bishop d4, but I didn't know what to do on e5.
Well, e5 you probably play positional, right? You just taking knight e5 maybe? Or no, you taking queen h7, I guess.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I was not thinking, oh, wow, oh my god, queen g8, g5, and the bishop is dead. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Like, you know, this is a skill I need to develop. Like, you know, I just didn't play bishop d4 because of e5, but of course if I take b6, queen h7, knight d5, like, positionally black is lost. So, but it's not something that I would ever play if I see something more tactical, whereas it might just be the best move.
Right, exactly. Yeah, no, that makes a lot of sense.
Like, I didn't play this because of e5, but bishop b6, yeah. No, that's
although
just
again, though, bishop takes d4, I mean, is this really so clear? I mean, king d7, you take, and rook f8. I mean, like, white's better, but my king is very safe with pawns, and all my pieces are very active here. Like, the queen, the bishop, and the knight are really, really well placed.
Yeah.
So it's, I mean, it's very, very tricky. Like, it's not so clear. It's just not so clear cut. I mean, that's the thing. It's like you assume, like, you think it's like should be good, and that's why I was really hesitant as to whether f5 is great, because you open up the diagonal, you see. Like, but yeah, okay. So,
what would I play if not f5? I mean, it just strikes me as such a
Yeah, I was just wondering if there's some positional way to play it. I don't know. I feel like there should be something positional. Like can you maybe go queen h2 first without hg6? Because then on king f7, if you haven't traded, there's no rook h8 idea. So like you can kind of hold maybe after king f7 and look for something there.
Yeah, the computer is suggesting to play rook d4, rook d1, and just go down the middle.
Yeah, because that's the thing. It's like, where's black's counterplay here? Like, if I can't activate the bishop, it's behind the pawns, then it's probably bad somehow. Although rook d4, queen 6, knight e4, knight g5 looks extremely strong too.
Yeah.
So I mean, that's why I was thinking from a general standpoint, if you can keep the bishop closed behind the pawn wall and not give scope, it might be better to play it like that. But I think what you did was fine anyway. So so you took, okay, let's keep going.
What I did was much more I guess my style, but yeah, defending was okay. So here I was really surprised you didn't trade queens. I don't know if it was...
Oh, I just forgot that I had rook g4 at the end. Yeah, I just forgot that after trade there's just rook h8, king d7, and rook g4. I just forgot
rook
about
g4,
that.
Yeah, and then I can't actually promote. No, but I thought
wait,
king
how
b...
clear is this? Wait, g7, rook g4, knight e4? I guess
rook
I can
g7.
just, yeah, knight c5, and I go king c6.
King c6, yeah.
King c5, and I mean the pawns are stable. Yeah, I mean, no, I actually just forgot. I forgot that I had rook g4 basically, or I would have done it. Which is why in the game I played what, king d7, right?
Yeah, and king b1, and now...
Right, now I want rook f6, g5, and rook f2. And somewhere, yeah, here it must be winning, right? Computer loves it for white.
I thought rook h4, rook d4 was really clever, but what do I know?
I mean, it makes sense, I think, if you can do something on the d file. But the problem is that also, like, you're giving up back rank threats, and if I can get, like, the knight to d5, your c2 pawn is very, very weak. So it's kind of in between. Like, it makes sense. I mean, queen h3 is ridiculous. Computer says queen h3, like, whoops,
yeah,
like, that's one of the weirdest things I've ever seen. Just like play a random move, pin the pawn on e6, right? Like,
yeah,
that's pretty ridiculous.
No, I would have.
No, I mean, I never would have played it either. I like rook h4.
Queen c5,
queen c5, and then you played rook d4, and then I played rook g2, right? But yeah, I should have gone queen f5 here. This makes a lot of sense. Target both pawns on the diagonals. Well, I mean, you think about this, Sicilian, a lot of games when white castles queenside, it's all about b2 and c2. If you can put pressure on those two pawns, you're gonna have good chances to win. So I should have done that. Anyway, I played rook g2, and then you played...
Oh, I'm happy I found the best move, queen h7.
Right, hitting d6, exactly. And then I played knight c4, and now here's where I thought there must be some way to win.
Yeah, so g7, rook g5 is the top engine line. Oh, and just a3.
Or
a3, b3.
Just a3, yeah. Yeah, okay, I mean, again, like, yeah, okay, I mean...
Oh, it's not even, wait, it's not even a3. Now it likes b3 more.
Yeah, I mean, again, this is, yeah, pretty
So,
silly.
like, check king b2.
Yeah, this is just very silly. This is...
Oh my god, now it likes b5. No, but like if b3 is the winning move, I'm not that upset. Maybe if I had 20 minutes, but
well, it's even funnier that b5 is the best move for black here. That's actually really funny. That
you want to know the best move after b5?
What's it? Rook c4 probably, right?
It's starting to show that. At first it was showing a4.
Okay, yeah, okay, this is ridiculous. Yeah, okay. This is ridiculous. Yeah, this is
yeah, but now it doesn't like it.
Yeah, I mean, this just isn't chess anymore. This is something else.
But after rook g5, what did I played queen d3. Even after queen d3 I was confident, and oh no, I played queen e4. And then you found knight a5, which I didn't see, but
which I think is actually not a good move. I felt like there's, even here I thought there's something that's winning.
Apparently I should go back, which...
Yeah, okay, but yeah, because I thought after knight a5 there must be like b4, or there should be some tricks of just the looseness of the pieces, but maybe there just isn't anything special. Yeah, so I played knight a5, and then here you blundered, right?
Well, again, if it's not queen h7, like I feel like all these moves I'm playing are like good, but the computer is just saying that there's, and then queen d3, yeah, knight c6, and now black is better.
Yeah, exactly. Because yeah, everything is just, my king is very, very safe, and if you lose g7, you're just down 2 pawns. So, yeah, I know. I mean, it's just bad. It's bad.
That's
crazy.
Nuts. Wow. Yeah, a3 or b3 there. That makes me feel slightly better. I was looking at this position like, how do I not have anything? And there's well, computer now wants takes
on d6 or something. Yeah, I mean, again, it's just so weird.
94.
Just so weird. Yeah, just strange. But yeah.
And now this is zeros.
Yeah, I mean, I guess if you have a lot of time, you can figure it out. Just because what, queen d6, you go like queen, I don't know, 3 or I don't know which square, maybe e3 or something. And if rook d5, what you take and go right triangle time or something, or square box time rather. Yeah, I mean, again, very very
if
strange.
the only way to win is after rook g5 to play b3, then I feel less bad. But I mean, b3 makes sense because the threat is always like, I can't go knight e4 because you have queen d4, but with b3 there is no.
Yeah, no, I think it makes some sense, but yeah, it's very hard to play with no time on the clock for sure.
Yeah, b3 is how did the game go?
The game went with d takes e5. So I was right. He took, because I remember, like, I analyzed this line for a long time because this early g4 move in the knight, or not knight, in the dragon, it's a line that became very popular. I actually lost the game on the black side of this because there was a time I was playing the dragon a lot to Alexander Grishchuk. I think that was Moscow 2010 Town Memorial, or 2011, sorry, or yeah, 20. I don't remember which year it was. Anyway, but g4 became a very prominent line against the dragon. So I had looked at this actually as black quite a few times, and this was all theory. I think e5. Yeah, Ray went wrong. Knight b6 is not the best move. I think rook d8 is the right move. I'm curious. Does computer say it's best still? All these years later, it does say it's best. Okay, good. Very nice. Okay. Yeah, because I remember studying this like around 2010, 2011. I know rook d8 was the right move, and then Ray played knight b6, and after h5, it's very very hard to play for black. I think it might even just be losing, honestly.
No, I mean, it seemed kind of nuts to play like with black here.
Right, but I mean, again, but see, this is why like top level chess really, it sucks, frankly, because like, you know, I played this great game against Ray, but honestly, after this game, everybody goes back and they look at rook d8 and they analyze this exact position out like 20 moves, and then what happens? Well, now you can no longer play this line. So it's like if someone, you still there?
Yeah.
Okay. So I was gonna say, so like if so like if in the future I were to play this g4 line against the dragon and someone does bishop e6, like I can't play the same line. So after knight e6 takes, if I think about this position, f4 is the only move, right? So I have to go back. h4 is probably the only move. So you see what happens, I end up in a situation where already, like in this position, what do I do that is different than I played in that game? It's very hard. So it's almost like I can't play this at all, you see. Yeah, because it's very forcing. Like knight e5 hits the pawn, you have to guard it. h4, you have to try to attack on the king side. So you end up in a situation where basically maybe I can look for an h5 move here or something, but if it doesn't work, if the person has already looked at this line like rook d8 here and they conclude it's fine with the computer, then you just can't play it again. You literally win a great game and you can't play this. So like you can't even play this g4 line against the dragon altogether.
Yeah, so
it becomes very rough. It becomes extremely rough. Like it's very, very difficult. Because the whole line, you go out to like move 15, and if someone knows to play rook d8 and they've looked at it in depth with the computer, then it's just like you're not going to get winning chances. So you have to change it up altogether.
Yeah, the top line here is if you take on d6, knight f6. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. Still remains the top line. Yeah. No, I looked at this in 2011. I mean, I don't remember exactly how all the lines go, but I remember it was takes knight f6.
That's wild.
Yeah, it's pretty rough. Like, yeah, it's pretty rough.